Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Yeah, I'm coming at you late at night. Would I be me if I didn't? Hi Axel. Oh, hope everybody's having a good Sunday night. It's just been a lazy day around here today. I did do a load of laundry for my oldest son. Pardon me, I'm just going to reach back here and get a tissue for my glasses because apparently I've gotten fingerprints on them again. What? Mwah. My big boy. Well, you've been fed and you've been out. What else do you need there, boy? No, you don't need to sniff that yarn. I know I smell good. I had a shower. I had to use the Victoria's Secret body wash that I'd been holding on to for a special occasion because I ran out of the regular stuff. Ran out of the shea butter stuff that I normally use because I forgot to get it at the store the other day. And so I had to use the reserve stuff. You know, I think we all probably have that reserve body wash stuff or whatever, you know, that you're saving. Because you know, it's the frou-frou stuff, so it smells fancy. And so I smell a little fancy tonight. And I'm having a little trouble with my speech because, I did when I was doing the devotionals because I broke a tooth earlier tonight on something I shouldn't have been eating to begin with, which was a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. Well, some of us stress eat, and I've been stressing about a personal situation with my oldest boy, but, you know, it is what it is. But, so I was having a cookie that I shouldn't have been having, but it was already cracked because, unfortunately, when I'm stressed, I tend to clench my teeth, and I have an underbite. And so that tooth right here was already cracked. And so that was just the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And so I broke just a little tiny little chip off the inside of that tooth. And so now I got this little jagged thing hitting my tongue every time I talk. So, but it doesn't interfere with my twang, so we're all good. I got some strawberry water in my cup. Oh, Yeti, I don't have Stanley. Like Amy's got over there at Hooked on Wishing Crochet. She got her a fancy Stanley cup with all the little trimmings and mug hugs and all that good stuff. No, we just got a Yeti cup, a cobalt blue Yeti cup with a metal straw. That's as fancy as I get, y'all. I did look on Etsy for any kind of fancy little doodads for Yeti cups, but they didn't really have any. Not any that really, you know, appealed to me. But I'm a no frills kind of person anyway, so like all them fancy hooks that everybody loves so much of, just give me a clover or a tulip hook and I am aces. Speaking of which, where did I do with it? Yep. This here. Or this here. That, believe it or not, they're both 6mm. This is a tulip hook. I love this and I love this. You see how fancy they are, right? Yeah. These here, they get the job done. I don't need no fancy inline hook with the fancy handle and the you know, the resin and all that's glittery and glam, and I'm just not a glittery and glam kind of person. So this does just fine. I have little lady hands, and these work just fine. I don't have big man hands. I have little lady hands. I wear a size 6 ring, tiny little, yeah. So, I still can wear a ring that it was given to me as a gift when I was 16 years old, if that tells you anything. Yeah. Yep. But it's a little heart. It has a little heart, and then it has my initial A on it and a teeny tiniest little diamond chip. It's the only piece of real jewelry I own, except for the sterling silver earrings I bought for me and the girls for Christmas. Yep, it's the only piece of real jewelry I own. I never been, never been in for all the traps of all that stuff. But I did do a hat for Cindy to go with her sweater in the orchid, big twist orchid color. So I did get that. I'm gonna try it on, see y'all see it works, because unlike this hat that this is the first of the beret hats that I did, and I was really proud of this one. But what I didn't know is that I missed rows because I followed the video instead of looking at the pattern, because I'm not a big pattern reader person. But after going and looking at the pattern and doing the one that I did for the hidden giveaway prize winner, Kelly, I realized that I was missing rows. Missing a whole bunch of, at least 2 or 3 rows that could have made this the right size. And I didn't do as many of the single crochet rows as I should have. And I already knew that. Sorry, there's something. I gotta switch back to native shampoo. This other shampoo is not doing my hair quite justice. But anyway, so as proud as I am of this little hat, and it's still cute. And I probably will, but I still have plenty of this yarn. I will remake this hat in this yarn, because I like the yarn and I like the hat, but I want the right amount of stitches. But I fixed it. Made this one last night for Cindy, and I got the right amount of stitches on this one. See, this one fits just like it's supposed to, like that, like so. That's how it's supposed to fit. Ta-da! So yeah, it works out just fine. So I'm proud of this one. This is the second one that I made for someone else. But that's okay. That's okay. At least I know I can do it now. And I enjoyed it. And I had all but I used all but one ball of that skeiny yarn. So there's that. And probably closer to probably June or July or somewhere in there, I'm probably going to do some sort of, I'm not going to call it a make-along or a cow or anything like that. Just more or less a challenge or inclusive type thing where I get most of my scrap yarn and go through it and just make granny square blankets for charity, probably like my local animal shelter, and just make granny square blankets for my local animal shelter, because that's near and dear to my heart, is animal shelters. And so that's probably what I'll do, and I'll probably just kind of throw it out there that won't you join me and use your scrap yarn and make blankets for your local whatever you want to donate yours to. I'm probably still gonna. I got a blanket in a whip bag somewhere for Boggy Creek. I'm still gonna do some Boggy Creek blankets this year, but I have a lot of scrap yarn, so it's not like I don't have desire to do the Boggy Creek blankets. I will at least get a couple of those done too, but I have a lot of scrap yarn, and so what I figured I would do is probably double up, and do 2 strands at a time, and get through the yarn that way, and do some probably like 40 by 40. They're for dogs, so they only need to be like maybe 40 inches by 40 inches, and I could get through those pretty quick and make a few of those, and just use 2 strands at a time. Work one ball and tie on the next ball, and just get through my scraps that way, and that way nothing's wasted, nothing's sitting here, because trust me, I got a scrap box right there, and then I got a couple of those little small box things that have scrap yarn in it. When you make as many sweaters and stuff that I make, you accumulate yarn that way, scrap ball yarn, quite a bit. I try to use it as I go with the sweaters, but it doesn't always work out that way. I did use as much of the yarn for Cindy's sweater as I could. I think that's why I went ahead and used the trim color to make her hat. I think, let's see, I immediately started using the whip bag for a new project, but her leftover cake is down here. Let me see if I can dig it out here, and I'll show you what's left of that. This is all that's left out of the third cake that I used for her sweater, and so I'll ball this up and put it over there with the scrap yarn, and that'll go in one of those little blankets. But yeah, that's what's left out of the third cake. It took 3 cakes to make that sweater. Most, you know, but it took one whole cake to make each square, and then what I used out of this to do the side shaping and the shoulder shaping and what have you. And so I did get started on Roxy's top that my subscriber friend that wanted me to make her another top out of the yarn she sent me. So I did start that. But then I got sidetracked by this other part of yarn. You know how sometimes yarn just calls your name and says, make something with me, make something with me. And, but I didn't want to just, but I had this pattern that I did, that I came up with my own self last year, called V for Victory, shawl pattern it took me a couple of weeks to perfect it. And, I wanted to, when I did the pattern last year, I wanted to make sure that it would work up in all different sizes of yarn, you know. I didn't have it. I can't work with anything smaller than a 4 or a thin 4 for that matter. And now I worked it up in the Karen cotton cakes. I worked it up in this, and this is a thin 4. This is a pretty thin 4. And so I worked it up in some of that. I worked it up in a regular 4, and I worked it up in a 5-weight yarn. In the tutorial video, you'll see me with this one. This is it in a full-size shawl here. This is my V for Victory shawl pattern here. This is what it looks like. I have a playlist on my channel and tutorials, and this is in the tutorial playlist. So you'll see this. And this is worked with the Red Heart Gemstone yarn. I can't remember the name of the color. Oh, I can't remember. But it was like butter working with this yarn. It really was wonderful. And I just kept it because it was my, you know, because I love this color. I really do. I love this color. This is a phoenix color if I ever saw it. So, yes, this is beautiful, and I don't plan on parting with this one. It had to be someone pretty special to get this one. But anyway, that's what this pattern is the V for Victory. And so when I come across the Sunset Party yarn, I decided I would, you know, I wanted to make it into a shawl because it just spoke, the whole name of the yarn itself said sunset, you know, and I just love a sunset. I'm not going to even kid you. I love a sunset, and especially over the water, a river, a lake, the beach, whatever. And so this yarn just said it needed to be in a shawl. And so I paired it with this Eversoft, Premier Eversoft. I paired it with this, and this is in the peach color. Even though it looks really orangey, but it's peach. And so this is the party yarn in the sunset color. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just gorgeous. And this is how it's working up so far. And I'm thinking I got some Eversoft in cream, and I'm thinking about adding that in there too. Look at that spine. I'm so proud of how that works up. Just works up, lines up perfectly. So perfectly. So that was a bone of contention. Amy with Hooked on Wishing Crochet, she actually helped me work on this shawl pattern, and she helped me write the I think what I'm going to do, I have the actual pattern written out. It's in, I have it where I can go cut and paste it, and email it to people. I think what I'm going to go do is go cut and paste it into the description of the tutorial. That way, if anyone wants the written portion, they can just hit that, more button and see it in the description of the video. And I think that'll make it a lot easier on people that really like to look at patterns versus just video. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just go grab that and put it in the description. I think it'll make it a lot easier on people. So because I didn't charge anybody for my pattern. It was my first pattern, and it was just, in my opinion, it was a love gift I was giving my subscribers, and I didn't feel right charging for it. So I just know my tongue's gonna get sore from that jagged tooth. Oh, anyway, I hadn't had a broke tooth in so long. Oh, that's bugging me. And my Medicare Advantage program should pick back up on the 1st of the month. So we got like another week and a half of jagged tooth before I could even call a dentist. So anyhow, but yeah, I'm gonna go hunt up the cream color in this Eversoft yarn, and I am using a 6 milli because I wanted good drape. So I am using the 6 millimeter with the party yarn and the Eversoft. Now the Eversoft is it's a bit thinner than the party yarn, but it doesn't. I'm gonna show that closer so y'all can see. But as you can see, that party yarn almost it looks like it's hand dyed yarn. It transitions so cool though. But and it's V stitches, and that's why I named it V for victory stitches. So yeah, it's just V stitches, but it's a very simple pattern. It works up really quick, just quick. So but the setup for the stitches, when in your first 3 or 4 rows, it's a little confusing, but once you get it down, it's easy. So and it's been a long time. It'd been several months since I worked it, so it took me a minute to get it back. To get back in the hang of it myself, because it'd been so long since I worked it, and I just been in sweater mode for so long. But I just needed to break up what I've been doing. I've just been sweater after sweater after sweater, and I just needed to break it up and make something else. And so, this is definitely fit the bill, and I'm glad that I'm doing this. Someone asked me, was this a commission, or was this, what was I making this for? And I was like, that's a secret. Shh, I don't know yet. Oh, to be determined. But yeah, that other yarn that I bought, the one in the candy color, that might end up being a shawl too. I don't know yet. That'll be determined later. But I'll pair it with turquoise or pink or something else. But I have the Eversoft in turquoise, in what I call the shiny box, because it's got I call the Eversoft yarn the shiny yarn because it's shiny. I have nicknames for stuff. That's a Southern thing. We have nicknames for stuff. So I call it Eversoft with y'all because that's the name of the yarn. And y'all need to know what the name of the yarn is. But here at my house, it's called the shiny yarn. So, we just have nicknames for things. So it just, because Johnny's, he's not a yarn guy. He likes to touch it and it's soft. He likes to, and when it's squishy and soft, he's a texture person. That's an autism thing. They like texture. And so he likes to touch things and feel how soft they are. Touch this one, Mom. This is nice, So he does like to go to the yarn shopping with me, and he'll pick things up off the shelf and, ooh, touch this one, Mom. This is nice. And I'll be like, no. No, not that one. But yeah, we call it the shiny yarn. And because it's just easier to describe it that way, because he's not going to get the fact that it's Premier Eversoft. He doesn't care. He just knows it's the shiny yarn. So anyway, and of course both of them are in their beds asleep. Johnny's in there sawing logs. He snores like a buzzsaw. And always has. He's always snored like that. Me, I don't snore as much as I used to now that I've lost quite a bit of weight. So there's that. Oh, and I should bring some attention to this sweater. I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not. This is my $7 Walmart sweater. Yep, $7 in the clearance on my friend Clarence at Walmart. Yeah, $7 for this here machine knitted sweater, and it's a size 22. I couldn't have wore this 6 months ago, but yeah, let's see if I can see. But it's definitely machine knitted, but it's beautiful. It's really pretty. It's got, you know, really long sleeves. But it's 30-something degrees here, and my room is cold, so I just wanted to be warm for a minute. And for $7, come on now. Like you wouldn't buy that for $7, even though it's machine made. You know? I don't know. That's a lot of different changing of different stitch types, you know. I couldn't even tell you what they did, because I don't know that much about knitting. But I know it's machine knitted. That's what I could tell you, that they machine done it. This wasn't hand done. But it's beautiful, and I really like it. It's nice and furry, and I like the gray and the cream together like that. It's real pretty like that. And it's, you know, it's very warm, but not too warm. It's not making me hot. If my face is red, it's because I hadn't too long ago took a shower and blow dried my hair. I don't let my hair air dry anymore because it's been too cold for that. And plus it don't look right when I do that. I recently messed up and switched shampoos to save a buck or two, because I was using Native shampoo, and well, Native shampoo is $10 a bottle, and I switched back to Garnier Nutrice shampoo, which is $4 a bottle, to save some money. And well, it's not been too good for my hair. I'll just put it that way. I don't know if it's the shampoo that I've switched back to, or if I'm just in that stage of recovery with the gastric bypass, because they say that during your recovery, about the 3rd or 4th month, you lose some hair. That's just some part of it. Even when you're taking the vitamins, you still tend to lose some hair. Your hair will thin out, and then not long shortly after, your hair will come back. So my hair has thinned out quite a bit, and it's become lifeless, and I'm not used to that. My hair usually looks pretty, you know, nice, and I don't like what it's doing lately. So the only change I've made is the shampoo. So I'm definitely going to be buying the Native shampoo again and see if that's the problem. I never had a problem with Garnier Nutrice before, the shampoo, or that's the same brand of hair dye I use. So I've never had a problem with their products before. So, you know, but it's, you know, that's the only thing I changed. So there, that daggum tooth messing with my tongue again. But, you know, I'll change back and see if that doesn't help. But this lifeless hair that has been going on, and I don't like. There's not a lot of things I like about my looks, but my hair has always been something I enjoyed fixing and looking at. You know, my hair is one of the few things I liked about myself. And for it to suddenly become lifeless, you know, it's like, oh, you know, usually I can, you know, fix it up and comb it and get it in the right place and go, oh, that looks nice, you know, And for that to be not the case is like not good. Not good. So I got to fix that. And if I had to shell out more on better shampoo, I just do. So you get what you pay for sometimes, I guess. Same with yarn too. That's why I buy Hobby Lobby yarn. Because it's easier on my hands. I can crochet for hours using that yarn versus Red Heart. Unfortunately, Red Heart is easier on the wallet, but not easier on the hands. So, anyhow, in the process of doing a yarn swap with my buddy Cheryl, she emailed wanting to do a yarn swap. So me and Johnny went through my yarn today, and she told me what she was looking for, and I told her what I was looking for, and so she'll go through her stuff Tuesday or whenever she gets a chance. And I decided John and I would go through my stuff today since we didn't have anything else to do. And we ended up pulling about 3 totes worth out of stuff that I'll probably split between her and other people. So that's a little bit of destashing going on, which I needed to do anyway. So you can't keep it all, you know. You can, but what good does it do you? So I probably will redistribute some of that I pulled out somehow, you know, the closer I get to 3K. So some of that will be set aside for 3K, and then some of it will be put in the yarn swap with Cheryl, and we'll see what happens with the rest, because it was about 2.5 totes worth. So not huge totes, but totes. And I got yarn all over the house now. I done spread all over the house. It's even in the living room now. Ask me, do I care? I don't. It's my house. So I pay the rent here. So it's my name on everything. So I get to say where it goes, right? Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful night. I'm going to go find a late night snack and take my meds and get ready to go to bed so that I can get up at a decent time and try to go see these folks about getting some information for Johnny tomorrow. Hopefully we can get what we need and get that done. And then I can relax a little bit maybe. Wait for my Medicare Advantage program to kick in so I can go get this tooth pulled. That doesn't excite me either. I don't look forward to having it pulled, but I need it pulled because having a jagged tooth right there is not fun. I haven't had a broken tooth in many, many years. So this is kind of a shock to the system a bit. Anyhow, but I know late night videos, that's kind of my forte. I wasn't even going to do a regular vlog video tonight, but then I decided last minute, figure since I was showered and you know, put on a pretty sweater, I might as well. For folks that are late night crocheting just like me and might need a little company. So hope y'all enjoyed the visit. I enjoy visiting with y'all. And please remember that I love you and so does Jesus. And please adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see you next time. Bye.